Alright, so welcome to another RPG TV video. Today is going to be talking about guitar effects, how to control them. And this goes back to a really old method, actually. This is one of my favorite methods, which is setting the effects on the amps and setting it using your volume. So that when you turn your volume knob down on your guitar, it controls the amount of distortion you get. And this is a really great way, especially, visually impaired, blind, whatever, because honestly, when you're trying to step on a pedal, that can be absolutely annoying. I like having all the controls at my hand, and I think, honestly, anybody who's VIP, blind, whatever they want to go by, honestly, when you can control things just right at your hands, it's so much more enjoyable. I find myself being able to focus a little more on what I'm practicing, and then when I really want to, like, heavy metal, then I can just really just chug it out. And of course, these two amps are connected. This is a pretty old setup. I mean, anybody can do this setup, really. Honestly, just a couple amps, one with a major distortion, one that's a nice clean amp, and then actually one of these is also a solid state and the other one's a tube amp. Gives it a little more of a grunt. And a warm sound even on the clean channel, or when I have a clean sound. And even if it has a little bit of that's no big deal. Even if it has a little tiny edge to it, it's electric guitar, baby. Unless, of course, you just want a clean tone all the time, then there's definitely other ways to achieve that. Honestly, as far as accessibility, as far as making your guitar amps accessible, it's whatever the way you feel works best for you. It's taken me years to decide and figure out, okay, do I want to do pedals? Do I not want to do pedals? Am I going to plug into my phone? Because that's also another option. I've thought about in the future that maybe when I travel, it definitely would be just my phone, an audio interface, and a guitar. Honestly, that alone is a whole nother setup, and I'm definitely going to do another video on interfaces and guitar amps and the effects that you can get, and which of those apps that provide you with guitar amp modeling and guitar effects and effects in general for whatever instrument it could be a whole different instrument you decide to make electric, or you decide to get an electric version, or put a pickup in. It could be a violin. I've seen people decide they want distortion and, things for their wind instrument. So, honestly, like I said, it's whatever way works best for you with your disability. Whatever, I think this type of setup would even work really good for somebody in a wheelchair. If they're just wheelchair bound and could only play, I think this would be another really great way of getting effects in. Also, another one would be an A-B switcher. There's also these little boxes you can get, and you can literally switch the amps off and on as well. So, and that's another way of just controlling how many amps you want in the chain. Of course, that's a little more fancy than what I have right now. I don't really need that at the moment. So, there you have it. A little bit on guitar effects, accessibility, and ways that you can do it.